Okay, we're going to give this a try. I am sitting in the foyer at the Lung Institute where Kelly's having a breathing test with the pulmonologist. And nothing serious. She has COPD, so they're just checking that out. But anyway, that's why I'm doing it here. Finally getting around to it. Now, Czech Republic. Well, it started back in, give you a little bit of background, 1992, when I asked Christ to save me. Started attending church consistently, and a couple years later, about 1994, I really felt that I should get involved in mission work, go do something beside working for the county government. And so I kept serving in the church and teaching and starting to learn to preach and things. And then it was 1998, finally, when we came to the conclusion that we needed to try and pick a spot, or that I really needed to go study at a Bible college. And so we'd made friends with the church up in Pennsylvania, up in Lehigh Valley, and we decided to go up there. Except I had 2 kids, 2 daughters, almost teenagers, and a good government job paying me nearly 6 figures back there in the mid-90s, late 90s, as a building inspector. So I had it pretty good. So I just walked away from all that. I just felt that was that's what God wanted me to do. And I'd seen over the time that I'd been attending church how faithful He is and how He took care of every need, and just wanted to do what I could do for Him. So it was decided to go to the Czech Republic, and so we bought a travel trailer, 1992 travel trailer, and a 15-passenger van, and headed out across the U.S. Had to gain or earn up to probably between $4,000 and $5,000 a month in monthly installments from the individual churches that we attended. I had to call hundreds of pastors to set up meetings and then drive around the country and try and get them to support my ministry. Sorry, that woman, I didn't want to invade her privacy that walked in the building here. So we started traveling around the country, did about 60,000 miles in 13 months, and ended up getting 50 or 60 churches to support us at between $30 and $200 a month each. And so we packed up our stuff, sold everything we had, put the things that we determined to be too important in a storage unit. And, well, I forgot to say, during the time I was at Bible college, I had 2 sons. Just to back up a bit, I had vasectomy after the 2 daughters. I had it reversed when I was attending that church in PA. And then I had 2 boys within that 2-year period. So there were 6 of us getting on a plane in Washington, D.C., with no belongings but what was in 14 suitcases on the ground, and moved by airplane to Eastern Europe in the Czech Republic. And we flew into the capital city of Prague, met somebody that we knew through another American missionary who was there in the capital city. So they picked us up, and we didn't speak 10 words of the language when we got there. And there weren't that many people that spoke English. So it was a real joy trying to figure out how this was all going to work. So we stayed in a rented house, and I started teaching. The missionary that was in Prague was home for a furlough for a year, and so I went and stepped in to take over, and he had been working through a translator, so I was able to start teaching right away through their translator into Czech. But just getting used to the new culture over there was something else. It's hard to think of some of the stories right now off the top of my head as I'm doing this. So I'm going to end this right here, and then I'm going to think some more about how else I want to share more, and we'll do this again later. Bye.